Guys, I need to go ahead and share this that I was just reflecting on. So I went this evening, me and my husband, we took our kitty cat because she had an appointment today. She had to get her rabies shot and other vaccinations. So as we were standing in line, I started talking with this American lady. I started talking with her, and because she was standing behind me and my husband. And as I started talking with her, but even before I actually, let's rewind the tape. Even before I started talking with her, actually I was already talking with her. So, and then my husband came because my husband went to do a little shopping, and then my husband came, and then my husband stood right here, and then because she was behind us. And all of a sudden, guys, I get this urge, okay, this strong urge to testify to her my testimony of how we found my cat, our stray cat Grace, how she came to our home. But guys, it was so strong. I felt it so strong inside of me that I could not hold it in. It's the best way to describe. So I started talking to her, over my husband. And then my husband is like, baby, he's like, you know what, let me move out of the way and you go so you can talk to her. And I'm so glad that he did that, But I did that. The reason why I did that, because I know my husband, sometimes he gets uncomfortable. But see, I am on fire for the Lord. I have that zeal that I cannot shut up, So anyway, so I got close to her and I started talking to her, testifying to her. And as soon after I finished testifying to her, then I felt good again, But my point is this. I just could not hold it in. That's my point. So anyway, so I want to read to you guys this verse right here, that it reminded me of Jeremiah 20, verse number 9. Jeremiah 20, verse number 9. I have my Bible, but I have it on my notepad, and we're going to read it in the New International Reader's Version, the NIRV version. So listen to this. Sometimes I think I won't talk about his message anymore. I'll never speak in his name again. But then your message burns in my heart. It's like a fire deep inside my bones. I'm tired of holding it in. In fact, I can't. Isn't this powerful? So guys, so I was reflecting and I said to myself, because it was like a realization, right? Even before, when I had this urge that I had to speak to her, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to stay quiet, that I had to share that with her, even though we were in public. But it was like a realization, that this is what I'm called to do. I'm a messenger, of Jesus Christ. But it was like a realization, and I'm like, man, this is like the core of me. How am I going to continue evangelizing people? Because I'm so used to this, doing it at my job. So I was thinking, it's like, man, I'm going to miss doing this at my job, because this is the core of me. This is what I was born to do. And once I have that urge inside of me, I just can't stay quiet. So I don't know, I just felt like I had to record this video to encourage those of you guys out there, to speak, Guys, he's inside of us. Okay, we cannot hold him. Okay, we cannot hold him in. Whatever word he puts inside of us, we got to release it, So right now more than ever, whenever the Lord is prompting you, don't be afraid, be bold and speak. Okay, because I was reflecting just now, because this little lady right here, she invited me to go to her church. Her church is like I think it's like 35 minutes or maybe more, maybe an hour. I don't know, something like that. 45 minutes. I think 45 minutes. And in Edenton, it's a town away from where I live, which is Elizabeth City. So anyway, so she invited me because I was talking to her about Jesus, But I don't know how to explain to you. I was simply talking to her. I wasn't like purposely evangelizing or preaching, And I was just simply talking to her, and she looked at me, and her eyes got really red and they got watery. And she spoke it, She says, "I just feel the Holy Spirit." And I wasn't even preaching to her. This was before I shared with her my testimony of grace, how God brought my cat here, So she was like, she was crying, So, and then that's when she invited me. So I was laying down in my bed and I said, "Man, should I go to church tomorrow? Should I go and meet this little lady?" She told me her name and I already forgot. I only preach by the grace of God. She told me her name and I already forgot. But she says, "I'm going to be there at 10 a.m. She says, "If you want to join us." But I don't even remember her name. So I was laying in bed just now because her eyes, I could see Jesus in her eyes. Her eyes, they had this light, So I was laying down and I'm like, my husband was sleeping. He was taking a nap because he's getting ready to go to work. So now I was like, should I go to church tomorrow or what, But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you guys because there is no way, if we truly have the Holy Spirit inside of us and He has placed His fire inside of us, like my bones are on fire. I cannot stay quiet. I cannot shut up. I gotta speak about His goodness. I gotta tell the world, Now I don't know how I'm gonna do because now, I'm closing my business. I have no clue. But I'm sure He's gonna continue putting the right people, for me to speak, because I realized that this evening. I said, "Oh my goodness, how am I gonna do?" Because it was this urge I couldn't shut up. It had to come out. It's the best way to describe. But anyway, I love you guys. You guys stay encouraged. And now you know, the next time that the Lord prompts you to speak and you're feeling that urge, just be bold and just speak. God bless you.